Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 25 of our Timberborn playthrough. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out some of the older videos. You can find them in the playlist. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, we're excited to have you back. We'll go through a quick recap and then we'll hop into the video. So let's bring the UI back up. In the last episode, we continued our massive storage area over here. And I have to apologize to I Am Not a Bot, who left a great comment about placing the underground warehouses, or the underground piles underneath these and then building over the top. I didn't see that comment, and at this point, ripping this out would be such an enormous, just colossal waste of resources. But maybe we will build another storage area somewhere else where we can actually implement that. But anyway, that was the main thing that we were working on. We also kind of just got a lot of this other stuff kind of fully running. So the maple syrup is being harvested. We did a bunch of dynamiting up here, dynamiting that we can continue up here, get that going. And then a bunch of people pointed out in the comments that I should really use bots in the heavy industries, and that's why I'm getting so many injured beavers. People also pointed out that we really need to have bots in the plank production, just because we have a complete shortage of planks. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these plank facilities switched over. And then, we might need some more planks. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll be able to keep up, but we'll just have to see. Okay. And then coming back to I Am Not a Bot, and I'm not sure if anybody else commented on this, but he's just the one that I remember seeing. Suggested putting in the same way that we have water storage kind of around the map. Suggested putting catalyst and biofuel storage around the map so that the bots have an ability to kind of refuel on the go. And I think that is an excellent idea. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and put in a little storage right here. So this will be, let's see, biofuel, and this will be catalyst. There we go. And I'm going to set both of these to obtain. So we want these to be filled. That would be perfect. It does look like we are producing a pretty fair amount of both of those. So that should be good. So that'll give them a place to fuel up kind of right there. I was also thinking that we could kind of fit one in over here. So in order to do that, we're just going to need to get a little bit of dynamite laid, just so I can clear this out, put a couple tanks right there. So that will be another storage area for the catalyst and the biofuel. And then another one, let's just see. I kind of want another one somewhere over here. Maybe what we could do, just because I think it would be a nice use of the space, is let's get a little bit of dynamite in right here, and then I'll put some overhangs in, and we'll get a couple storage facilities there. But okay, so all of this, yep, so we should be able to reach that very easily. And people pointed out that hauling and building is not the ideal place to put your first bots. I'm not going to remove them from these jobs. I'm just going to leave them where they are. But the future beavers will go into the heavy industry jobs. So why don't we get all of these switched over? And look at that. We have 41 unemployed beavers. I wonder if we'll get to the point where we just have no beavers actually working. That would be kind of fun. And would be very interesting. Look at that. We have no wind. So our batteries are working full force. But okay. So yeah, so these are now I feel like we are going to need more plank production, although it is making its way up. And there we go. We actually got the catalyst and the biofuel filled up there. Although these are emptying out quite a bit. That's okay though. I mean, it does make sense that we would kind of quickly deplete our stores. And let's see, both of these are going to be on fill as well. Go ahead and get those built. And then if we come back over here, we can actually dynamite these away. And we will need the triples over here. So we can go ahead and get those in. And then one of these will be biofuel and the other one will be catalyst. And they'll both be set to obtain. Okay, so that will be good. And now we're just going to have to see if we're actually producing enough. So if I bring this down, yeah, so it looks like we have plenty of biofuel. Catalyst is more the thing that I'm curious to see if we actually can produce enough. This does take 1.5 hours, 3 hours for 30. Yeah, 1.5 hours for only 3. So I feel like we might need a little bit more catalyst production, maybe. Okay, so with that being the case, why don't we get rid of these? I have a thought. So why don't we do this? So if I were to get some platforms in there, and then I were to do something like this, there we go. So that would work. And then that'll be the highest priority. But now we can go into, let's see, where is it? Science, maybe? Refinery? Yeah. So I could get one more of these making catalyst. Yeah, so that would work. And all we would need to do is connect that up, and then we could get a couple more storages here for the maple syrup, set that to obtain. And then let's just get all of that. All of that built. Should be built fairly quickly. We have tons of... That kind of looks like water. It's not, but it kind of looks like water. I thought the catalyst was more purple. Yeah, there it goes. Now it's purple. So it kind of looks like water during the day and purple at night, but that's okay. So we got biofuel and catalyst over here. That's great. We're going to have biofuel and catalyst right here as well. Yeah, and we are just completely out of planks. So with that being the case, so there we go. We got this hooked back up. So this beaver is no longer stranded. With that being the case, why don't we try and get another kind of a lumber area where we can produce some planks? And I'm not really sure where it's going to be because we need to connect to the power somehow, some way. So let's see. We do have power here. And we have to remember that there's power running underneath this entire thing. I think we can figure out a way to make this work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of this. And then we need some dynamite here, I think. And here. Get rid of that. We'll just go ahead and get rid of that. Let's just dynamite this whole thing away. So let's get all that. dynamite it out. We will put a straight power shaft right there. Let's dynamite this away. All right, so we'll get this in here. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to let's see. Let's see, how is this going to work? So we're going to do this, I think. Yep. And then this is going to have a turn there. And we're going to connect in there like that. And then we're going to route this back on itself like that. Okay. So that's going to work. We'll put that platform back in there. And then if we go into our decorations, maybe we could get a bench there with a platform over there. Then we are going to have a connection up like that. Okay. So now this should all be connected again. Everything is connected. The power is connected back under here. We're good. Let me just double check. Yes. We're good. All right. So now what that's going to allow us to do is a double enough to get out over this? Yes, it is. Okay. So now if we do a vertical power shaft there, let me see. Yeah, so that will work. Okay. So we'll have doubles here like this. And then we'll have platforms like this. There we go. All right. And then this is going to kind of come over there like that. And honestly, we could actually get a bench right in there. Might as well use the space if we can. But okay. So now, if I were to, let's see, how are we going to get up there is the question. Just trying to think here. Okay. So let's get rid of this and let's do a double with one of these. Put that path back in. And then if we do this, we can go stairs up, platform here, stairs up. We can go ahead and get rid of this roof for now. Stairs up, platform here with stairs up, and then that should get us at the right height. Yes, it does. And then if I were to do something like this and this, that would get us on the wrong side. Okay. All right. Hang on. So if I were to get rid of this, if I did a platform up and then this, and then this, yes. Okay. So now this would work to get us on the correct side. Like that. All right. So that's going to work. And then we can get 1, 2, and 3. And all of these will be for bots. There we go. And we should be able to get all this stuff built fairly quickly. And obviously I want them to get that power connection built first. Because that is kind of important. But okay, so that'll give us a little bit more in the way of plank production. I'm not sure how much more, but a decent amount anyway. It's kind of out of the way, but not really. I mean, they just go down and then take the stairs up, and all of a sudden they're in plank land. We have plenty of logs, although our logs are actually not doing super great, they're not doing terrible. But we could probably go for more logs, which kind of brings me back up to this area, where I think we could do a lot. So let me just see. Do we have enough water in here to actually keep this fully irrigated throughout kind of a bad tide? I'm not sure. But I do think that it wouldn't hurt to do a little bit of dynamiting of this kind of further, just to get this down to a nice depth. So why don't we just kind of get ready for that? We'll go ahead and we'll put some stairs in there and maybe here. Something like that. And then maybe get some stairs in there. And then we can do a little bit of dynamiting. So what depth do we want to get this to? So this is all going to be doubles if we want to get it down to a consistent depth. So that's going to be doubles. This will all be doubles. And as will all of this. And I think we have to get rid of this staircase, which is not the end of the world. Not super ideal, but not the end of the world. And I know that we're having a plank shortage, but I am just going to delete those. It'll be fine. It will be totally fine. But okay. So that'll take them kind of a while to get that done. They'll work on it kind of as they go. And then I was also thinking that this could be a nice spot to do just another, because there you go. You can see we have a bot that's out of biofuel. So might as well get another kind of fueling station up and running. So both of these will be set to obtain, and might as well make those the highest priority. Since I think we're done with this plank area, and I want these set to bots. Oh, and look at that. We have so many unemployed bots. Or unemployed bots? Yeah. We'll go ahead and get those on the explosives, which I imagine are probably we have two other. Yeah, just all of our industry buildings are going to be bots. Get them switched over. I guess gears would be next. But gears are also not a super high priority. At least not like right now. And let's see, if I go into workplaces. Yeah, workplaces. Aquatic farmhouse. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for hauling posts. So these are the builders' huts. They're all set to bots. Farmhouse, explosives, fuel, fluid dumps, foresters, gatherers, gear workshops. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Hauling posts. So all of our hauling posts are now set to bots. So we should have pretty high levels of efficiency. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a couple more just while we're at it. Maybe one more of each. And then we can actually maybe just dynamite this corner out just to make things look a little nicer. And then we could go ahead and get a beaver statue in there. Perfect. Okay. And this is going to be, both of these are going to be set to bots. And let's just see. So the builder's hut will be the medium low priority for the bots. So there we go. And the hauling post is a medium priority. Honestly, we're going to have so many bots. I don't really think it's going to be a huge issue. But all right, let's get those stairs out of here so we can get another dynamite in there. High priority on that one. Actually, we just can't reach that single. So let's see. If I put this in there, get rid of that, put those stairs back in. There we go. I could then put single dynamite all down here as well on the highest priority. Yeah, and it's kind of similar right here. If we get that built, they should be able to come over here and place some of that dynamite. But okay, this is not really a huge priority. But the nice thing about having the bots for hauling and building is it goes so much faster because it's just all night. And now we do have some fuel and catalyst kind of dotted around. And I do think that we should probably switch this production over to bots as well. And I'm actually going to make these medium high priorities as well as the biofuel production, just because these are essential to bots. You know, the bots kind of can't really do their work without biofuel and catalysts, so might as well switch those over. And now we have a deficit of bots, and that's okay. I imagine some of our builders' huts are probably dealing with the brunt of that. Yep, that's exactly correct. And so now we have a bot that needs biofuel. He should just go right over here. Although why he didn't? Where's he going to go instead? He's going to go all the way over here? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. But anyway, that's okay. To each their own. He can go wherever he wants to get fuel. Okay. So now we get rid of this. And then we go ahead and we put this single dynamite in. We can also get rid of this. We can dynamite that away. We can get these done just to kind of bring it to one level as opposed to kind of what we've got going on now. All right. So this is looking really good so far. And how our planks are starting to do pretty good, which is very good. And we are catching up on our lag of bots. See, one bot is out of fuel. Yeah, I think they should be able to get fueled up pretty well. Although why they don't fill up on catalyst, I'm not sure. And would it be good to just dot even more storages around? Kind of fit them in wherever we can. I mean, it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea. Just trying to think like where we could. I could do a couple right here. Just a couple little single tanks. So this could be biofuel set to obtain, and this could be catalyst set to obtain. There we go. So that's a little bit more storage right there. I could do a little bit just kind of right out here. Something like this. Maybe get rid of that one. So this would be biofuel obtain, catalyst obtain. And I think most of this dynamite is done. And man, this game is starting to get fairly laggy. We've got a lot of stuff going on this map. And my computer is it is a good gaming laptop, but I'm still in between houses, so my desktop PC is not it's in a box, unfortunately. Which is super sad. But I just have nowhere to really set it up, so we're just rocking with the gaming laptop for now. And it is starting to struggle on this map, which probably means that this series is on its way to the end. But that is okay because I think we've done a really good job. But okay, so up here, if we go into our food, we don't really here. Why don't we look at our beaver well-being? So we definitely need sunflowers. And then we also need to make maple pastries, which we haven't done yet. So if we go into plant crop sunflowers, why don't we just make like this entire area sunflowers? So let me see. Let's dynamite this away. Might as well. It does look like all of this is ready. And this. And this. And then we can go ahead and get a little bit of dynamite here. So there we go. Now, I am going to get rid of this bridge. A little controversial, maybe. But we're going to do something similar, like what we did down in the tree area. We're going to do something like this. And then we'll get platforms either side. And then we can go ahead and kind of, I don't know, maybe like a 5 would get us there. Yeah, it would. All right, so we're going to have a farmhouse right here. Efficient farmhouse. And now I don't know. All right, so that's going to cover this whole area. That's pretty good. And then we could probably get a storage in here. So there we go. And now if we swing over here, no, I think we're going to want a 5 again. So like 1. And then if we kind of come down here, another 1. And then we can just kind of do the same thing that we did right here. So we'll have a farmhouse here and a storage. And then a 5. So there we go. And let's just get that connected back up for now. We'll get that stuff built. But okay. So we'll get some pads in here. Pads in here as well. I am going to delete most of these. Yep, and we can delete almost all of these. I guess I will. Let me see. Yeah, so let's get that back in there. And actually, this is going to be a 4. Get that built. And then we're going to have 1 and 2 efficient farmhouses right here with paths kind of like that. And actually, what we're going to do is we're going to do the classic setup, the way that we've done it in the past. Is we're actually going to do this with a beaver statue right there, maybe a couple of farmhouses, some stairs, and then I'm thinking a couple shrubs. Good old reliable. But okay, so we'll get those in there. All right, and these are going to be highest priority, focused on sunflower. I'm not sure how much of this area is going to be sunflower, but we will figure it out. Sunflower seeds. Perfect. Honestly, my guess is the entire area, because these will pretty much reach, I mean, pretty close to reaching the whole thing. We can now dynamite this away. And this. And now we just need to bring this down, and we are actually pretty close to being done with the dynamite up here. So we can go ahead and get singles all over there. That would be very nice. And this water level is slowly coming back up. But okay, so this entire area basically is going to be sunflowers. And why don't we get those trees removed just so that we can delete this, all of this stuff. So like that can be removed. And then this can be removed, as can this. And then let's see. This path is gone, as is this path. Perfect. And then, yeah, we actually need to put the storage back in for that. But let's see, sunflowers. There we go. Do I want to put beehives in here? Yeah, I think we do. It's really not necessary, but I think it would look really nice. But let's see. Before we do that, I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A little bit of dynamite there. But let's go into our beehives, and we will do 1, 2. Pretty awesome coverage here. This is going to be a really nice farm space. And it's not perfect coverage, but you know, I think it's quite nice. And let's get some paths out here just so that we can actually build these. There we go. Yeah, we'll just get all this connected up. All right, so we can dynamite this away. Oh, and kill a beaver. That is tragic. Well, moving on. And we can get a couple large tanks here to store bad water. Just once the opportunity arises. With maybe a lantern there. I think that would be nice. And you know what? We can go medium high priority on that. Might as well get it built. Yeah, nothing to do in range. I know. The poor beavers. Why don't we get all of these built after we finish the actual pathing? I think that would be good. Just that then I can delete these paths and actually get the sunflowers mapped out so that they can actually start to build those. I think that would be good. Planks are really roaring back to life, which is great. I do think we could start to put beavers or bots in the gear production. I think that would be fair. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we have bots in most of this stuff, which is great. So our resources should be just fine. And I actually just realized we need decorations on here, at least on these two. But okay. See, this bot is just out of fuel. It's tragic. Like there's plenty of fuel for you to have right here. Plenty of biofuel for you to have. There's no reason why you shouldn't have fuel. Let's get that dynamited away. Really not a priority, but I like it. All right. How are we doing on berries? Berries aren't bad. These should start coming to life here anytime now. And then they should get harvested fairly aggressively. I don't think we have any berries over here. Nope. We also have no sunflower seeds, no maple pastries, cattail root. That's the second of the cattail root storage. Just like that's the second of the wheat storage. And they are just harvesting wheat as fast as they can. And it's just can't even grow fast enough, which is, I like that because it means that the beavers are still working, which I think is good. But all right, so these should get built pretty quickly. This poor beaver out of fuel. Yeah, we just we're struggling with our fuel here. So maybe we could get a couple more areas for fuel and catalyst, just kind of dotted around. So biofuel and catalyst, highest priority there. There's storage there, so that's really not a good spot for it. Maybe right here. Maybe not a bad idea. One and two, biofuel and catalyst. There we go. So that'll give them a little bit more storage. There's one here. There's one right here. I mean, I do think that we have fairly good coverage, if I'm being honest. You know, I do think it's not half bad, but what do I know? All right, so let's go ahead and we can get some sunflowers in here. Going to take a while because we still need to build all these farmhouses, but that's okay. And remember, folks, everything is the priority, so nothing is the priority. Stop and get fuel. I have no sympathy for these bots that are not stopping for fuel. They're doing this to themselves. Let's go ahead and get these out of here. I'm going to go ahead and fit in a little bit more fuel and catalyst storage. If I can actually get some bots to come over here, it would be much appreciated. All right, and we can go ahead and delete some of these paths, which is perfect. All right, so that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and get some sunflower planted up here. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Okay. Perfect. So now if we grab this, is this all in range? Yes, it is. So there we go. We'll get all that planted. Can they reach all the way over here? No. So close. Absolutely devastating. And by devastating, I mean it's really not that big of a deal, because what I'll do is I'll just do something like this. Highest priority, obviously. But they can reach the rest of this. So we will just go ahead and plant all of that with sunflower. Outstanding. Now I can shift that path over, which is actually going to allow me to get another hauling post with 10 beavers in it. I want to make sure we have 10 in there. We can get rid of that and probably put in just like a nice shrub like that. But okay, our first sunflowers are being planted. That is outstanding. And with that, guys, I think that is going to bring us to the end of this episode. So if you guys enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a like and a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. And subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on this series as well as others. I appreciate both the comments and the subscribes. I apologize if I'm not that great at responding to all the comments in a timely manner, but I do read them all, and I appreciate all of them. I also appreciate the subscribes. It really helps out the channel. Until the next episode, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you then. Thanks.